Good afternoon, you're watching Campus France Live. Thanks a lot to be there with us. Today we're going to ask ourselves, is it possible to study in a business school and to have a positive impact on the society and to work for sustainable development? The answer of ESSCA is yes, it's totally possible to combine very intensive academical programs and very opening minds on these subjects. To talk about sustainable development at ESSCA, I'm very pleased to welcome Benjamin Maurice. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Guillaume.
Good morning. You're Vice-Dean of ESSCA. We're also with Elena ESSIG. Hello. Director MSc in International and Sustainable Management. Sabine ICHIKAWA. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Director MSc EU Asia Luxury Marketing and MSc International Luxury Marketing. And Bérengère EMERY. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Student in second year in Master in Management. We're waiting for all the questions that you can have about this very interesting subject. But first of all, can you maybe present your institution, Benjamin?
Absolutely. In a quick nutshell, ESSCA School of Management has been founded in 1909 in Angers, Western France, and is currently deployed in 8 campuses in France, China, and Hungary. We will open 2 additional campuses in Europe by next year, in Spain and Luxembourg. Our mission as a higher education in business institution is to educate responsible leaders. It's truly at the center of our mission statement through programs that are sustained by research. Our business school is a not-for-profit, self-sustained institution whose resources are 100% dedicated to the delivery of the mission. We may also add that ESSCA belongs to the Triple Crown Business School League, which means ACSB, AMBA, and ECRIS accredited. That is a group composed of less than 1% of the business schools worldwide. Currently, ESSCA welcomes over 7,000 students. We are lucky to have graduated over 18,000 alumni who are active in the business world worldwide. And our full-time faculty is composed of 180 people, to which come over 500 adjunct lecturers coming from the corporate world.
And we're going to watch a little video to know more about ESSCA. We will be back just after that. What is really interesting is to know more about the values and commitments of ESSCA. What are there?
So, our value system is embedded in the responsible leadership concept. You know that ESSCA cares much about people's development, whether these people are students, they are our main purpose, alumni, or the staff too. So values such as solidarity, responsibility, ambition, honesty are the center of the key attributes that we long for equipping our future graduates who will be active as business leaders and decision-taking people. Our aim is also to support our students in achieving their curricula, and therefore we bring updated knowledge through our research within the programs, and especially true awareness to the corporate social responsibility challenges that our world is facing nowadays, and matching also with the corporate world expectations. That's kind of tricky equilibrium to find, but we have to cope with these two main dimensions. We also believe that global challenges have to be integrated into program design, but we will probably enter a little bit more in detail in the minutes to come.
And what is the importance of sustainable development in your strategy?
Yeah, I think any strategy has to integrate global challenges, and CSR issues are at the center of it. Currently, our strategy takes advantage of our global presence, but also at the service of territories. So you know that CSR outcomes come in many shapes. In the strategy, it comes for people are concerned, but also for care to environmental issues and also to the sustainability of territories. And thanks to our multi-campus locations, we are able to bring additional values to the business communities locally, and also to offer to our students a multiple international experience through mobility across our campuses.
That's really interesting. And what is interesting is to focus on how sustainability is inside your different programs. For instance, Sabine, you decided to introduce a course on sustainability in a specialized MSc in luxury marketing.
Yes, absolutely. So in the last years, I've been personally involved in different projects, either personally as a volunteer and also as a researcher. And I felt it was time now to introduce a course related to CSR and sustainability in our luxury program. So I decided to work with a consultant, and we share a program, a module together. And we built a content that matches the need of the companies, and also the increasing awareness of students for jobs related to sustainability. I realize the young generation is very much aware, and they are at the same time consumers and also future professionals. So I created a module, and it's working actually very well. I see that students are very engaged in this program.
And we have a little video to discover more about the International Luxury Marketing Program.
So what we do with the program is that we help you observe the market, observe consumers, and through the project you will be doing, the project that you choose and also the company project you will do at the end of the year, you will be able to acquire more skills, marketing skills, and you will have the methodology to analyze the best practices of these companies. So we don't focus only on French or European brands. You can study brands from other parts of the world, and you will be able to understand what makes them so successful. And once you will acquire this ability and the ability to analyze their strategy, see how they protect their design with intellectual property classes, once you will be able to see how they develop advertising campaigns that create so much emotion and desire, once you'll be able to analyze all this, then step by step you will be able to suggest recommendations, and you will be able to position yourself on the market and find the right company for your dream job. So we are very happy to welcome you here in Paris.
Sabine, are some of the luxury groups really active in the sustainable development?
Yes, absolutely. Luxury groups such as LVMH, Kering Group, L'Oréal Group have been very active actually for a few decades in terms of supply chain, waste management, labor conditions. What is more visible now is their communication. They communicate more, they do more events, They show more initiatives with designers and creative people. And they have more, I would say, visible actions and more invisible ones. So, for example, they would recycle fabrics from previous collections. They engage in inclusivity. They sponsor different events. And I think it's important that students realize what these companies have been doing, and that they position themselves also among these companies to find how to engage themselves for their future career.
And they are waiting from their candidates to have this commitment to sustainable development.
Yes, actually, I realized that in the last few years, students are becoming more interested on one side. And on the other side, I see that job offers are more and more related to CSR and sustainability. So what we're doing, we're trying to engage the students through different projects, and we're trying to show them also how to understand their own personal reasons to engage in such a career. And then they can align their skills with their values and the company's values. And companies are looking for people with skills related to the environment, to social inclusivity, and we are helping students align themselves with the values of these companies. And I'm happy to be part of this transition.
Benjamin, when we take a look at the big picture, how is the different programs, how are the different programs that you offer designed to work with these sustainable development issues?
So just to give a quick overview of our programs line, we offer 3 main categories of programs: a Bachelor in International Management, a Master in Management, and also Masters of Science for full-time education is concerned. And for every program line in our design process, we make sure that our programs meet the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and if ever one of these 17 SDGs were missing, we could check it very quickly and check with companies and the program leaders, directors, how to fill the gap so that our students receive the appropriate learning outcomes that are expected by the corporate world. And again, I may insist on the smart blend we have to find between corporate expectations in that field and also the knowledge that our experts, our faculty, may bring through their scholars' activity. And we spoke about the program design, but in the students' experience, we also have to take into account the extracurricular activities. You know that in a student's life, you have also to carry on project, and we will probably have testimonies from Bérengère around that. And we foster students' initiative so as to be active in CSR issues. We could take some examples. Recently, in our Budapest campus, we promoted students' work in a bio garden, for example. Another example is a contribution to responsible mobility by recycling bicycles. We have also contributed to the planting of trees in the school district, and so on and so on. We have hundreds of initiatives that are deployed by our multi-campus structure.
So we have seen that in some programs there are specific courses about sustainability, that it's inside all of the programs, depending of the different objectives of the UN. But you also have an MSc dedicated to this question. Elena, can you describe in a few words what is the MSc in International and Sustainable Management for?
Sure. So our MSc in International and Sustainable Management puts a great emphasis on international cross-cultural aspects of sustainability and management. We we do aim to develop a deep understanding of how sustainability approach is key when we face new challenges in business. And of course, there is a professional part in the MSc. It includes a consultancy project where students work in small groups with companies. It can be a startup, it can be a big corporation. These companies come to us with a specific problem that they have that is related to sustainability. And students work on this project with an academic tutor, with the company together to propose a solution at the end of the semester. For example, it can be a CSR report for a startup to help them grow, develop, and to be more active in the sustainability part. And I would say also that ESSCA has unique resources in terms of lecturers team. We have a diverse international lecturers team with international experience. We have partnerships with different industries that we use to organize roundtables, discussions with student conferences on different topics related to sustainability. And yeah, very happy to manage this program.
What is really interesting is that you show that sustainability is not only for non-profit organization, that we need people trained from about sustainability in all the different companies regarding the numbers of people they have inside.
Yes, sustainability is essential today. I mean, this is the future in non-profit organizations, in corporations. Also, we see, because we observe the market regularly, the job offers, I mean, they rise every day. The number of job offers it's incredible. Yeah, so it's essential. Sustainability is essential in education today.
And what background do you require to work in sustainability and to study in your MSc?
Well, we to be honest, we have a very open admissions policy in terms of what we require, what we look for in our future students. We look for students who do understand that they will have an active role in helping to achieve a sustainable future in communities, but also in the world, right? Impacting the world positively. They should be open-minded, hardworking. Obviously, we wanted to have hardworking students with, I would say, a healthy dose of ambition to go with it. But at the same time as the creators or the influencers, if you will, of future, we believe that our community has a key role to play in shaping better practices in business and management, and our students have to understand that. We, I would say, was especially looking for students with an ethical mindset, a passion for sustainability, and who are willing to learn new skills and acquire those skills and implement them to change our future for the best, yeah, create a sustainable future. However, I would say that it is important that the candidate, the future student, feels that ESSCA is a place where they can create their own future. And of course, we're there to support them and to help and to guide them in this beautiful project.
In terms of courses, what do we study concretely? Is it more like laws or is it project management? What do we have concretely inside the MSc to be able to work in the sustainable development field?
Interesting. It's a general program, general MSc program. We have the business model, so basically marketing, human resource management. We also have law and compliance, supply chain management, but everything is related to sustainability. So the student or the graduate will have a very holistic global perspective of how sustainability works in a company.
And is it possible to apply? What is the calendar for the application process?
To apply, first of all, we require a 4-year bachelor's degree for our postgraduate programs. This is an equivalent to 240 ECTS, or European credits. But if you hold a 3-year bachelor's degree, you can apply for our 2-year master in management program. The rest of the program is pretty classic. You know, you complete an online application. We require transcripts of your former studies, letter of motivation, and there will be an admission interview conducted. And the next intake is in September 2023. So new promotion will start in September 2023. The deadline for the application is in June already, right? So it's very soon. And I wanted to add that please do not hesitate to contact our admissions team for any question. They are super open, very helpful, and very helpful to answer all of your questions.
Thanks a lot, Elena. Benjamin, you have equal opportunities policy at ESSCA. What is it exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. It comes in many shapes because it addresses either the students or the staff. For students are concerned, we are very keen to be open, a positive opening to the diversity of profiles, whether it's a social diversity, diversity of culture, and also related to an active prevention scheme against any kind of discrimination. And in that perspective, we have a diversity and inclusion board at ESSCA that is composed of representatives of our main stakeholders, students, alumni, companies, staff, faculty, who can write doctrine on our policy, but also process cases if ever they should occur. Okay. According to students' recruitment, ESSCA has been truly innovative in 2021 by developing an adaptive tuition fee scheme related to the family income of the students. So you have adaptive tuition fees related to it. And on top of that, for international candidates, we also have a scholarship system that is very diverse. We have excellent scholarships related to the economic possibilities of the applicants, and any kind of system that are truly open to diversity, generally speaking. And this is truly associated to the not-for-profit status of ESSCA as an institution that is first keen to recruit good students, and then we make sure to welcome them in the best possible conditions.
That's not a surprise, but we're facing major issues such as crises, economical, political, climatical. How do you help your students to be professionals in this new world that we want as sustainable as possible?
So first, we challenge on a regular basis our programs against corporate expectations. We have a dedicated body to that meets annually and that updates the program's outcomes related to the corporate feedbacks. So they give us their vision of the future, and our duty is to translate it into program's outcomes. Then, obviously, we design our programs through intended learning outcomes. So as said, we are fully aligned with the 17 United Nations SDGs that are our guidelines nowadays, because it's a kind of norm that is worldwide accepted. And we are also very careful to the project that we bring to our students to carry out during their curriculum. So also by the choice of companies that are invited to give testimonies within the courses by the project that company gives to the programs. We also have some fine-tuning in the students' education. But our main issues related to CSR are obviously the issues related to environment, ethics in business, and also the global challenges.
Bérengère, hello again. Can you introduce yourself in a few words? Tell us what you study at ESSCA, what you did before, and what are the different activities that you have in the school.
So I am Bérengère EMERY. I am a second-year student at ESSCA on the Angers campus. So I am also the president of the ICHIKAWA, l'association solidaire de l'ESSCA. This is a solidarity charity. So we set up a project based on sustainable development, ecology, humanitarian and social issues. We take it to how to raise awareness in a playful and in an attractive way about all these essential subjects of our society. So, for example, we organize clean work and we support food banks. We are also implementing a project in a partnership with another ESSCA association to harvest board game and to give them to an hospital. So we want to make the daily life, which is difficult for the patient, a bit more happier. So a bit happier. So we also have other projects based on the feeling of loneliness for the elderly, felt by the elderly. So we want to make them play with us with a pétanque tournament. And we also want to raise awareness students about the food waste. So we want to put in place classes with a chef restaurateur, a cooking class with a chef restaurateur in this establishment to make to teach the student how to cook with some old vegetables, for example, or with like what we call the ugly one, which of course we can eat. So this is really important for us in our association to raise people awareness, and that's what it was said before, but we are taught to be the director of tomorrow. So we think that we have to change our habits and our way of living right now, and this is an important thing for us.
To do after graduating, do you want to have sustainability in a big place of your work? How do you feel about that?
So I think so, because we have to deal with it in the future. So this is to have sustainability in my entire life. I will not be the president, I think, of this association, of this charity, sorry. But I think we will be forced to have sustainability in our life.
But do you want to work in this field or to work in another field and have it on your mind?
I think both. I would like to work in this field and to have it on my life and on my mind for all my life.
That's really interesting. Thanks a lot. Benjamin, we are at the end of this live session. We have seen a lot of things about the way sustainability is included in your programs. What would be your advice for students watching us and thinking, I want a school who makes a difference, which makes a difference, and I want to work and study in a place where I know sustainability is a big subject. What would you like to tell them?
Yeah, I think that by choosing an institution like ESSCA that is multi-campus and deeply anchored in territories, you give a clear, highly qualitative option to your curriculum by choosing programs that are acknowledged for their commitment to sustainability and global outreach. And I think that this issue of compromise between the environmental stakes, the ethical stakes, and the stakes that are risen by globalization, we have to find compromises that are, in a sense, a kind of sustainability.
Thanks a lot, Benjamin, Elena, Sabine, and Bérengère, for having been with us. And thanks to you for having watched us. We've discovered together that it's possible to be a student in a really good business school in France and to have this knowledge, this opening of mind in the sustainability network. If you still have questions, if you want to know more, don't hesitate to visit the website of ESSCA or to ask directly your questions on the different chat sections. The school team will be there to answer all of them. See you soon on Campus France Live.